Hey everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to Bariatrics and Tips. I am just going to wait a couple minutes and have everyone check in. I will be right back. Hey everyone, welcome to Bariatric Tips and Tricks. We've got a great show in store for you today. We're gonna get started in just a second. I've got all my ingredients out. Happy Valentine's Day. We're gonna just kick back and have some fun. Made a nice little mess in the kitchen, so I am ready to cook dinner for you and cook or bake dessert for you. So we're going to take care of that in just a minute. There's something that I want to do real quick before we get started with the cooking demonstration, and that is give a shout out to our member of the week. I wanted to maybe just give her some kudos and share her story for you. So you can actually view that on our Facebook group page. I am shouting out to Misty Hodges. So hey Misty, thanks for joining. Misty, and I'm reading her bio right now. She is 45 years young and she's almost 6 months post-op for her sleeve. So congratulations, Misty. That's a great milestone to have reached. She says that she still has a few pounds to go from her goal, but she's lost a total of 87 pounds. That's pretty monumental. That's like, I think my daughter weighs 99 pounds. So I think that's pretty significant. She's lost a person. Her BMI has dropped from 39.5 to 23.9. So super great. Congratulations. This is awesome. She says one piece of advice that she wants to share is nothing tastes as good as healthy feels. Amen to that, sister. And then I do have her before and after picture that I want to show you. Hopefully you can see it well enough. But you can see that on our Facebook group page too. So congratulations, Misty. That is absolutely awesome. Nicely done. I appreciate you reaching out. If anyone wants to have a spotlight, please do. I would love to be able to do that for you. And so I just want to kick back for one moment. I'm going to just be back for 1 second and then we'll get started on the cooking demonstration. Just so you know, we're cooking chicken pad thai and we're cooking a chocolate brownie dessert. Okay? I'll be right back. All right, here I am. We're trying something a little bit different today because I know when I watched the video last time on Thursday for our brand reveal, my shirt and my sign were backwards in view. And so it was because I had the camera on selfie mode. So now the camera should be on regular full on mode, but because it is, I can't see your commentary and I'm trying to figure out a way to be able to do both. So if you guys have any ideas, definitely message me and let me know. So I'm literally just looking at the back side of my phone right now, and I'm gonna stay right here, and you'll see me moving around, but I'll always come right back here. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get started. We are gonna make chicken pad thai first. There's quite a few ingredients, but it's such a great recipe, and I had been perfecting this for a very long time. My bariatric surgery again was almost 6 years ago, and I think this has been a constant evolving thing for me. So I have my recipe written down, so I don't have it memorized, so you'll see me looking down, and I apologize, but always come back to you. I will post the recipe as soon as we're done with this demonstration. So right now I'm just gonna kind of go through the motions and everything, and then you can see what I am doing. So, okay. The first thing that we're gonna do, instead of peanut butter, I use PB Fit. Now you can use any kind of peanut butter powder, whatever your favorite is. I just happen to really like the nutty taste of peanut butter PB Fit. I can get it on Amazon and I can get it at Sam's Club. They're the exact same price, so go figure. So it all depends on how desperate I need. I think they actually reduce the price a little if you take it on a subscribe and save on Amazon, and I think I have it come like every 4 or 5 months. Sometimes I can request it sooner. So that's what I have there. We're going to start with 2 tablespoons of PB Fit. This is a total of 4 tablespoons in this little cup, so I just know to fill it halfway. So PB Fit, there we go. It was funny if you can see my my banner here, I was holding it up earlier, and I felt like Sheldon Cooper from Fun with Flags. So it's like, hi, I'm Sheldon Cooper. It's Fun with Flags. But no, it's Michelle, and it's Bariatric Tips and Tricks. Anyways, cheesy, I know. But that is what I thought of. Okay, so we have our PB Fit. Then I'm going to go back to my tried and true, my Gene Pro. I love my Gene Pro. It's low calorie, and it's just such a great way to add additional protein. And if you hear the dog in the background, that's Lego. Lego is almost 5 years old, and he's a multi-poo, and he thinks that he's Cujo. I don't know what he sees. So anyways, now we're going to do a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, and I use the low sodium soy sauce. And again, my handy dandy scoop here, it does 1/4 cup, it goes up to 2 ounces, and it goes up to 4 tablespoons. So you'll see me using this one a lot. So we need a 1/4 cup of soy sauce. There's my 1/4 cup. Then we're going to need a 1/4 cup of rice vinegar. And this is what, if you've never used it, it's mild, it's nice. I use it a lot when I'm making Asian related stuff. Now this, okay, let me get that. 1/4 cup. Then I'm going to do a 1/2 tablespoon of sesame oil. And I didn't get my 1/2 tablespoon out. The original recipe that I modeled this off of required, I think, 1 or more tablespoons, but you just need the nutty flavor, that's all. And then we have to go down and do a tablespoon of ginger. You can do fresh ginger. I like to grate it sometimes, especially when I'm using it for infused water and such, but I do have my ginger here. So a tablespoon of ginger. And then you can either omit this one if you want, or you can really just put in any increment that you want. I love spicy stuff, and now that I have successfully recovered from my hernia surgery from December 30th, I can go back to spicy stuff again because I love it so much. So I actually use a 1/4 cup of chili paste. You can use less, you can use more, you cannot even put it in. It's completely up to you. I love it. And please feel free to make comments, because as soon as this broadcast is done, I'm going to read everything and then I'll respond accordingly. Now the next ingredient, this is where the game changes a little bit. It requires brown sugar, and I have been experimenting a lot with sugar substitutes. I've tried erythritol, I've tried Splenda, I've tried Equal, Stevia, all of them. And Splenda actually has their brown sugar, and you use it, it gives you the conversion on the back of the bag, but there's only 15 calories and 4 carbs per teaspoon. And we're actually going to use a tablespoon. Now you can gauge this to your liking. My original recipe required 2 tablespoons of just pure brown sugar. I don't like things super sweet. I like a really nice even mix of sweet and savory. And so I'm settling on 1 tablespoon, but I'm hoping that in the future I can even go down more. But when I give you the nutritional facts, it'll be based on 1 tablespoon. Okay, so now there's Lego again. 2 teaspoons of garlic. So I'm going to go to my handy dandy fridge, which I knew I would forget to put one thing out, and it happens to be the garlic. So 1 teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of garlic. I love garlic. I used to think that there was no such thing as too much garlic, and then one day I OD'd on garlic, and now I know, even though you love garlic, and it's okay to love garlic, there really is such a thing as too much garlic. So I'm gonna put this back real quick. All right. Now, chicken broth. The original recipe actually called for water, and I use fat-free chicken broth. I usually use low sodium or salt-free, but the store didn't have it when I went and picked it up today, so shame on them. Lego, you gonna eat this with me later? All right. And then the last ingredient in my recipe is actually red pepper flakes, crushed red pepper. I love crushed red pepper. I'm gonna put those on as a topping. There's no way in holy heck my husband would eat it, and he wouldn't even eat it with the chili paste in there, so that's okay, more for me. Now again, remember, we are trying to live large and cook small. So we are gonna find flavor in absolutely everything that we do. And first, before we find flavor, we need to find the whisk. There it is. All right. So I'm gonna whisk everything together into a sauce. Now, the thing that you wanna make sure that you do, you really wanna do this ahead of time, because I am gonna use as my pasta shirataki noodles, and we'll get into this big, huge, long debate about this soon. If you haven't heard of shirataki noodles, they are made with, I'll read you the ingredients. It's from the cognac plant. It's a mixture of cognac flour, oat fiber, and citric acid. And it's very similar to tofu. So really what that means is that it's going to take on the flavor of what you cook it with. So when you use these noodles, you don't want to just slap the noodles on the plate or warm them up in the microwave. You want to marinate them like you would a good steak. It is very critical that you do that, or it's not going to taste good. And so there's a lot of brands out there, and 2 of them I actually like the best. This first one is made by La Viva, Laviva, and you can get it on Amazon. They had it in my grocery store, Meijer, here in West Michigan, for quite a while in the gluten-free section, not the pasta section, and it's gone, and I'm really glad that I bought as much as I did before it went bye-bye, because I really do like this. One of the reasons why I like this is it comes in 2 different pouches, so each pouch has 2 servings. So each bag would have 4 servings, and I like it. It's 15 calories. There's no protein. It's very low carb, but it's a no-brainer when it comes to pasta. It is so delicious. But again, make your sauce early so that way you can let the noodles marinate. And I did let the noodles marinate. And so you can kind of see the marinated noodles. It turned out really, really good. One thing that you also want to do when you're rinsing your noodles is have them, like, strain them and rinse them off. And then what I like to do as a best practice, just because of the bariatric portion, it's going to be so delicious, you're going to want to stuff your face. And I have almost met my maker a couple different times because I ate so fast. So what I like to do is take a scissors or kitchen shears, and I cut the noodles because they're super long. It's like Lady and the Tramp with the big noodle. So make sure that you cut them. It really is a good best practice, because if you're still in the habit of chewing your bites 20 times or however many, this is going to help you out a whole lot. So the sauce combined with the noodles, I like to let it sit for at least an hour, and then I cook it on the stove, either in a pot or in a saute pan, and I let everything just bubble. If you want to get it a little bit thicker, you can add a Scotia's cornstarch. That's fine. I've done it before. And if it gets too thick, you can dilute it with more chicken broth. It is so good. So the other thing that I do is, as far as the sauce has 4 servings total. So it makes about 1.5 cups. So I break them apart into 3/4 cup increments. I put one in the refrigerator because remember, we're cooking small. We're not cooking all 4 portions. The whole idea is to eat fresh and eat fancy, and I put it away. It'll keep. It's just spices and stuff. So as long as you keep it in the fridge, you'll be fine. So then I take my my 1 portion of 2 with my 2 servings of noodles, and then this is the perfect serving size for you and your honey bunny, or just for you and leftovers the next day. I make sure that I put my protein, like my chicken, separately, because you can serve this with grilled chicken, and I've already grilled the chicken and I'll show it to you. I'm gonna move this stuff over and I'm gonna show you the final product. So now you've got chicken pad thai. I took bean sprouts and I put it on the side, and then I did my grilled chicken, and I'm hoping that you can see this from here. Hopefully you can. Bean sprouts on the side, grilled chicken on top, crushed peanuts just to dust it. You don't even need a full serving because remember, you're going to add fat and calories. And then green onion to garnish it. And it is absolutely to die for. So this is your Valentine's Day dinner. What do you think? Tell me what you think, even though I can't see your commentary, okay? So that is our chicken pad thai. If you have any questions about what you saw, post them right now, even though I can't see the commentary, and I will respond to you. And then in a separate post, I will put, or actually no, on this post, on the video post, I will make sure that you have the recipe. The nutritional facts. Let's not talk chicken first because you can put whatever you want on the chicken. Each serving of the sauce is 90 calories, 2 grams of fat, 7 carbs, and 18 grams of protein. So we kicked some serious protein butt today. And the carbs would be less if you shorted it some more brown sugar. And again, I've only been using this brown sugar for a very short time, and so I'm gonna, when I taste it, I'll decide whether or not I think it's too sweet, and if it is too sweet, I'm gonna scale it back to a 1/2 tablespoon, and that will cut that down even more. So enjoy. All right, so let's shift gears, and let's move over to our dessert. Hold on 1 second, just washing my utensils. So what I have in store for you for dessert is a chocolate fudge brownie. It's a little bit different. I'm going to actually make it in the mini waffle maker, but it's not a chaffle because it doesn't have cheese, and I guess it could be called a waffle because it's a waffle. But it is so freaking good. So I have to tell you about this huge win. My daughter, Maya, she's 15. She is the epitome of a picky eater. The girl doesn't eat much. And I try so hard to guide her to make good food choices because one of the biggest fears for me as a parent is for my kids to follow in my obesity footsteps. I was obese for the better part of my entire life. I was a chunky toddler, I was a chunky teen, I was a plus size woman in my 20s, and when I had them, I was pushing 250, which is where I kind of was when I was, when I had my bariatric surgery, and it's a huge fear for me. My daughter loves her carbs, she doesn't eat meat, she's just very finicky, and I'm sure you all have something you can relate to with that. And so when I find stuff for her to eat other than mac and cheese and eating her weight in peanut butter, I seriously rejoice. So this waffle, chocolate fudge waffle, I made it with a perfected recipe 3 days ago. The girl ate 6 of them. She ate 6 of them, which is 2 serving sizes for us. And I didn't write the nutritional facts. I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna owe you that, and I'll put that on the page when I post the recipe. But she had something like 40 grams of protein, and I was just in awe, and my husband looked as speechless as I did. So it was a very good defining moment. So, that being said, the moral of the story to that is if my daughter will eat it, anyone's going to eat it. And it's super good, and it's super decadent, and you really don't need much. Now, I know that I'm trying to cook small, but this recipe has a lot of stuff in it, and so it's going to make 4 servings. But what you're going to do, similar to what you did with the pad thai sauce, is you're going to automatically take half of it away, and you're going to put that in the refrigerator and save it for another time, or offer to make your kids chocolate pancakes or chocolate waffles. It's just really that good. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to start off with is the wet ingredients, and I've got liquid egg whites, I've got Greek yogurt, I've got unsweetened applesauce, and I have a chocolate protein shake. Pardon me, we're going to do, and the theme of it happens to be another, quarter cup is a huge theme in my cooking, and again, I think it's because I'm trying my hardest to cook small. So we've got our quarter cup of egg whites, and I'm going to just put these off to the side as I'm done with them. We're going to do a quarter cup of all of these. So quarter cup of applesauce, a quarter cup of non-fat Greek yogurt, here comes my dog. He loves non-fat Greek yogurt. He's funny. Lego, you want some? I'm going to give him some. He's on the floor eating the splatter off. It keeps him good and keeps his digestive tract going. All right, and then a quarter cup of my chocolate protein shake. Everybody has their own favorite chocolate protein shake, and I do not endorse, well, I mean, I do endorse one, but I'm not being paid to endorse it, but Fairlife right now is doing it for me. It's a superior protein shake. It tastes like chocolate milk, and the vanilla one tastes like a melted milkshake from McDonald's. I love it. All right, so a quarter cup of that bad boy. This one, just gonna stick back in the refrigerator. I also use the chocolate, any of the Fairlife protein shakes is coffee cream too, so there's a little tip and trick for you. All right, so those are my wet ingredients. Now I'm going to move to my dry ingredients. And I need a quarter cup of almond flour. I tried to not use almond flour, but the more I read about it and the more that I cooked with it, the more I liked it. And really, the calories, when you're dividing it up between everything, they're good calories. And I want us to cook nice and cook healthy, but I want us to be full and sated. There's no reason we can't have our cake and eat it too. So we are going to. All right, so I've got, and this is the almond flour that I got. I got this at Sam's Club. If you are looking to buy almond flour, seriously, if you have a membership at Sam's Club or Costco, try and look there first, because this was well worth my while. And if we're only using a tablespoon to a quarter of a cup at a time, it's going to last a long time. Another thing that I do is I write down, I didn't do it on this one, I write down the date that I bought it and that I started using it, so I know how long it lasts. That's just me being thrifty and frugal. So, okay, we've got our almond flour, and now we need a half a package of sugar-free chocolate pudding. So, bye-bye, there you go. This is going to help everything set. All right, and after that, we're going to do our protein. I've got lots of protein coming in this. Whatever kind of chocolate protein powder you love most. I just happen to like the Premier Protein. We're going to throw a scoop of that in there. And then we're going to throw a scoop of casein protein powder. Again, the reason why I'm choosing to use the casein is because it has a flour-like consistency, and when you mix it with stuff, it resembles like a pudding-like consistency, and I want this batter to be thick. there's that. And then what else? Let's just go down the line. 2 tablespoons of Hershey's cocoa. Did you know that a tablespoon of Hershey's cocoa is only 10 calories? And it does have a little carb content to it, and you can probably use a lot less. But right now, just for the heck of it, and I knew I was going to run out, I have prepared for such an incident, is I got another one. Brand spanking new. And it's filled to the very top, which is lovely. Sometimes I'm a messy cook, sometimes I'm not. I always tell my kids it's very important to clean up as you go, so I'm going to heed that advice. And now I'm going to continue on with my 2 tablespoons of cocoa. And that looks, it's probably like 2 heaping tablespoons of cocoa, but we're good. All right, now we're going to get to our leavening portion of our program. We are going to add a half a teaspoon each salt, baking soda, and baking powder. Again, this is going to help give rise. A quarter. 1. 2. Yes, I can count. 3. The next thing we're going to get to is our sugar substitute. When I first formulated this recipe, I was using a combination of stevia and erythritol. And there are things that both those sugar substitutes are good in. It was not my favorite. So I went to my grocery store within the last few days, and again, I settled on the Splenda. Splenda actually has one that resembles sugar, and it says on the back, it gives the sweetened conversion, and again, you're talking minimal carbs and minimal calories. And we are going to use, when I made the recipe, I was using 2 tablespoons of stevia and 1 tablespoon of erythritol, which obviously, since we can do basic math, is 3 tablespoons. I don't believe that you need to use 3 tablespoons fully, so I'm just going to use 2. And you can see it's like a sugar-like consistency, which is fantastical. And again, you use what works for you. I'm just doing what works for me. I wanted to try it, and so I tried it. All right, so now we are going to combine everything together. Let me get, I'll just use this. Actually, I'm an idiot because I've got my mixer right here next to me. Can you guys even see it? Right here, right by the waffle maker. Ready to go. You want to make sure you get it really good and scrape the sides. The dog's back because he thinks he's getting chocolate. Michael, you can't get chocolate. Silly. I like to take it up against the sides. So it's got a really nice consistency to it. I'll show it to you in just a second. I scrape the sides, make sure I got everything mixed. I can't believe that I didn't write the nutrition set. Actually, I know where I can get it. I got it in my fitness pal. One of the things that I do, another good tip, is when I create a recipe, I load it into my fitness pal. You can create your own recipes. If you don't know how to do that, I can always show you. Just send me a message or make a post, and I'll let you know that trick. And that way, that's what I did with the Thai pad sauce. And that way I know exactly what I'm doing. We're just about done, so hang on. I got the waffle maker already made, or already warming up. And 1 second, sorry, I just have to rinse. need to get a camera where I can like be everywhere and you can see me everywhere. So again, I'm just gonna clean this up real quick. So what I made here is well, besides a mess, is, remember, it's 2 servings, and I believe that it makes 2 cups. And so what you're gonna do is you're going to just divvy it out cup by cup, put some in the fridge, save it for later, and then work with the 1 cup that you have. 1 cup should make 6 waffles in the mini waffle maker, probably 3 if you're using a full-size waffle maker, okay? Again, tricks with the waffle maker, whether it's full-size or mini, like this little dash guide that I got just recently. Spray everything and don't overfill, because if you overfill, it's going to lop over and it's going to be a pain in the you-know-what to clean, okay? All right, so I'm going to do that. And again, I've got my scooper. This is a really nice, look at the consistency. It's like pudding. So you're going to do a heaping scoop in the center of your waffle maker. I think I used a little too much. All right. One thing, this is a best practice, I spray a mini spatula with cooking spray, and then I just kind of spread it like you're spreading frosting. And then I put it down. Okay, so I'm going to push that away for a second. I'm going to let it cook. And I've got the final result that I want to show you, and we're going to dress it up a little. So hang on. So I've got the waffles. They turned out fantastic. They're very crispy, very flaky, but I'm going to take it a step further, because you can have your cake and eat it too. You can eat small, you can live large, and you can spend Valentine's Day not feeling deprived of anything that you would have had in your past life before your rebirth day, okay? So I already have one of my gadgets. I'm a huge kitchen gadget queen. This is from Pampered Chef. I'm a huge Pampered Chef nutso groupie. So I'm gonna, this is low-fat Cool Whip. Actually, I think it's regular Cool Whip. And all you need is a dollop. I think the serving size is 2 tablespoons, but I can glop some over here. And then I found sugar-free Hershey chocolate chips that I can just put a couple. I mean, the serving size is a tablespoon, and a tablespoon is 70 calories, 9 carbs, no protein, only 1 gram of dietary fiber. But you don't need it as a serving, you just need it as garnish. It's going to look pretty, and you're allowed to have pretty food, even with gastric bypass and sleeve. The other thing that I bought here is, and I should have opened it prior to this broadcast because it'll probably take me 5 years to, there we go, we got it, is Hershey's Light Syrup. Again, 20 calories per 1 tablespoon. It does have some carb content, but I'm not doing anything except a quick drizzle. Again, it's more for show than for anything else. You can even warm it up if you want. Whoops, it comes out kind of fast, but there you go. And there's my dessert for Valentine's Day. I cannot wait to eat this tonight, and I'm probably going to hog on it after I say goodbye to you today. So that is breakfast or dinner and dessert, Valentine style. I hope you liked everything that you saw here, and if you find that you have questions about any of the utensils or supplies or ingredients, anything that I use, feel free to ask, because if you don't know already, I'm an open book, and I love to talk, and I love to cook. So just a little teaser for next week. Next Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we are going to have our next cooking demonstration. You can always feel free to send me a message and let me know if you want to see something specific, but I'm going to give you a 2-word teaser. Bariatric barista. I've said too much, but at any rate, that's what we're going to do. I appreciate you tuning in today. I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope you understand that you don't have to give up stuff just because you had weight loss surgery. There's a million things that you can test and try. And when I go to the grocery store, I went yesterday morning and I went again today, just because the deals change over from Saturday to Sunday. But when I go to the grocery store, it's like my Disney World. I go by myself, I put my AirPods on, I put my 80s music in, I grab my decaf Starbucks, and I walk through every aisle and I look for things and I read labels and I take pictures, and you just never know what you're gonna find. And I do have a really good hack for you, and I'll give you another little teaser, but it's to be continued. I've been mixing around with my own cloud bread, and I came up with something that's even better than the keto cloud bread. So I've said too much. So again, my name is Michelle Geeson. This is Bariatric Tips and Tricks. I hope you had a great day. Happy Valentine's Day. If you're traveling, be safe. If you're homeward bound, have a good leisurely Sunday and a great dinner, okay? I will talk to you soon. Bye.